Hey, what's up, guys? It's been 2 weeks, but we're back. We know nobody cares. I'm just gonna play the intro, and I don't even care that I'm doing it incorrectly.
It's all a lot of simple tricks and nonsense.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the number one show on Take Three Productions. If you're going by shows, name Simple Tricks and Nonsense. I am one of your hosts, Matt Kearns, and my co-host is that guy.
Abraham Flores.
Yes,
How are you?
Abraham Flores.
Matt, I
So,
have a question for you.
oh, okay. Oh shit! Here we
Nate
go.
said you really wanted to live in Germany, right? Like you
What?
really wanted that. That you're a real follower of German culture and art. I'm just
What?
saying
When
a
did
random
I say
country. You can
any
put
of this
whatever
shit?
name you need. But I was say just think about it.
When did I ever
And you're
say
part of this
that?
community, this German community, right?
No, I'm not.
Of this show. And you met a German individual. Will you try to marry them just to get German citizenship so you can go live in Germany?
I don't want to live in Germany.
What is that? What if? Is it possible?
No, I'm not going to do a green card marriage with a woman from Germany. No.
But do you think there's people that would do it?
Yeah, 100%. Sure.
That was my question.
Okay. Jesus, what the fuck are we starting off?
Dude, Germany is a great country. I mean, after like 1980 something.
That's like I saw on TikTok there was a report where it was like anti-Semitism is at an all-time high in Germany. It was just that comedian going, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" It's like I want to crack open the history book. I'm sure it's bad, but I think the 1930s and 40s would disagree with you on it being the height of anti-Semitism. Yeah.
I have no. I'm not gonna say it. This like this topic that will get both of us canceled and removed from.
That would mean someone would have to be watching this, which we know
I
the only
know, but
person
I
who
don't.
watches is Malcolm.
But
Hi,
what
Malcolm.
what if you what if you become famous one of these days? Yeah.
Okay, sure.
It was a really dark joke. So it's
Okay,
the topic.
we'll
It's
tell it off air that way,
the
just in case
joke.
me and Abe get famous, they don't find this video.
Exactly.
Okay. So tonight we might do a tier ranking of the Spider-Man movies. We might. I don't know.
Who made?
I
We
did
won't
watch
promise anything.
Venom. I did watch Venom today, though. I did do that. I didn't watch the second one because it was
Did
on
you
Disney
watch?
Plus.
Did you watch? Let them. No, you didn't.
What?
Carney, Woody Harrelson.
No, it wasn't. So
No,
it was on Disney
you didn't watch.
Plus. So I think
What
I
about
saw
Netflix?
somewhere before I got on. I was like, I think it's on Stars, which I have, but yeah. But I'll fucking say this, even though we're not doing the tier ranking right now, it wasn't bad. Like,
Oh, the first
it's
Venom is not bad.
dude, like it's silly, but like, look, it's under 2 hours, which like to me, I'm just like most major movies. I feel like try to hit the 2 hour mark, but I'm like, it's kind of like Jurassic Park 3, to where like that's not a great movie, but it's under 2 hours, so it knows it's not great. So it's like we're not gonna waste your time. Tom Hardy was really good in it. Like he was like I mean he's a great actor, but like playing this kind of character, he really kind of sold like that scene when he's trying to put his hands up in the apartment, but Venom keeps throwing them down. Like he plays that really well. Michelle Williams was good. The one thing is about her is just like I just see Mrs. Fableman now when I see Michelle Williams. So like I was just like, oh, The Fablemans is a really good
How
movie. I
could
should
you?
watch that. I'm sorry.
How could you? How could you
How could I what? Think of the
see her
Fablemans?
that way, dude? Yes, it's like
Why?
she's way more than the Fablemans. You should watch more of her stuff.
All right, fine. Dawson's Creek. There. What the fuck you want? Wait, why is it a bad thing? I recognize her for her
Okay,
Oscar-nominated performance in a great
did you say
movie.
I just see Mrs. Fableman? You're encapsulating her in one character.
I just mean like when I was watching it, I was like thinking Fablemans. I was like, that's a really good movie. I should rewatch it. I'm so sorry, Michelle Williams. I know you're definitely watching this video. Let's see. I um
I truly believe after Meryl Streep, she's the best actress in the world.
dude, I gotta be honest with you. I'm looking up her IMDb right now. I'm thinking the only things I've actually seen her in are Venom, The Fablemans, and Dawson's Creek. So, out of those three, which one would you prefer I recognize her for?
Well, you should start watching one of her films.
All right, Abe, I will get on that. That's like saying if you recognize Harrison Ford as Han Solo, it's like, oh, I can't believe you only recognize Harrison Ford as Han Solo. Just say
No. You don't say you didn't use the word recognize. You said I only see her as.
Okay, but that's okay. Then that's like saying Harrison Ford. Oh, I only see him as Han Solo. It's like, wow, that really really doesn't encapsulate that man's career, does it? Everybody's got that shit. Everybody has this. Dude, there's so many people who Tom Cruise will forever be Maverick from the original movie. No matter what he did before or after it, he will only ever be Maverick. Why is that a bad thing? Oh, I'm so sorry. An actress has a role
it's a
so
disrespect to her talents.
That she's so good in that I will always think of her talents in that role. It does not discredit her other performances or other things that she's done. If anything, it's a credit to how good that performance is in that movie.
I'm just saying. Just put a little respect on her name.
Oh, fuck off, Abe.
Why don't want to defend her until I die?
Where is this rant? I've never known you to be such a Michelle Williams fan before.
She's one of my favorite actresses.
Have you ever watched Dawson's Creek?
No.
How dare you? So here's the thing. I started watching it last year. I'm only a couple episodes of the first season. I gotta tell you, it's really dumb, like teen drama crap.
That's a TV show. I don't watch TV shows.
I kind of love it though. Like it's stupid, but like I kind of love it. You know, like also. But the funny thing is so like Dawson, the main character. He's like a huge like Steven Spielberg's his like favorite director. You know, like all this stuff, and I'm like, and he has a crush on Michelle Williams. So I'm like, what did Dawson think when he saw the Fablemans? He like, that's crazy. This chick I was into. Also, Katie Holmes is on the show, and I love Katie Holmes ever since I saw Batman Begins. So, yeah, her performance is not encapsulated by
TV shows.
Rachel Dawes. You don't watch TV shows?
I don't watch TV shows.
Well, that does bring up a question.
I watch Secret Invasion.
Which Rachel do you prefer in the Dark Knight trilogy? And we'll talk about that. Katie Holmes or Maggie Gyllenhaal?
Which one is the second one? Maggie?
Yeah, Maggie is the one in Dark Knight.
I love Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, she's great. Secretary? No, but I knew you were gonna bring that up somehow. I honestly, I like. I talked about it in my Batman Begins video. I like Katie Holmes as Rachel better. I mean, they're both great, but
look, Matt. I don't know if it's your camera or if it's my computer, but your audio and your image does not match.
Okay. Well, I don't know until I watch the replay. But your internet
And
has
I
been fucking
honestly,
up a lot before we got on, so I'm inclined to believe it's you.
I know, but it's like we restarted this shit for a while. But I'm not complaining. It's just gonna be hard to me to focus on you because that bothers me. So
Well,
if I
what am I
don't look
supposed to
at you, it's
do? I
not that
can't
I'm not
drop
listening.
out and come in
No,
without
you don't.
ending the stream.
You don't have to do anything. I'm just telling you ahead of time.
Okay. So you watch
Right
Secret
now, I'm
Invasion.
watching my. Yes, I watched Secret Invasion.
Okay. Oh, now you
I
do
think it was
have a
fun.
problem with the fact that the opening credits were created by AI? It's like Twitter lose their mind over that this week, and I was like, what?
I actually like them. I actually like them.
And look, I
I found it
do
interesting.
understand what people are saying, but I gotta give it to John Roca. He did call everyone out because he's like, how many of you were fucking posting all those AI portraits of yourself? And it's like, yeah,
My
yeah.
Twitter picture, it's an AI portrait, which I paid $10 for.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I don't look, man. It's like I do understand it, but it's also like, I don't know. Everyone's saying that this is the beginning of the end. They used AI to create. They used AI to create the intro to the show. Next, they're going to, and I'm like, because Jacob replied to something Roca said. Roca said, and I was like talking about Disney and AI, and I was like, unless I'm wrong, I think in Kenobi they used AI for Vader's voice, and I think in all the appearances Luke has made in Mandalorian, I think his voice has been AI. So it's not like this is the first time that they've used AI in projects. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm sure people will slaughter us later, but let's actually talk about the show because that is the unfortunate thing. Is I thought that was a really good intro episode, and it's just been marred by this controversy. But what did you think about the intro episode, Secret Invasion?
I really liked it. I was thrilled. Well, curious about what's gonna come next. I didn't feel fooled though. I feel like I don't know. Like I knew what's gonna happen the whole time. Like there's not a little
Okay.
mystery through this
So
first episode.
we're gonna talk spoilers just because the only way you could really talk about spoilers. If you have not watched the first episode of Secret Invasion, watch it if you care. If you don't care, keep listening. Okay, so I will say this. I kind of felt like they were gonna kill off Agent Hill when Colby Smulders was not in the opening credits. I was like, I feel like she's
I
gonna
noticed that too. I was
die.
like, huh, she's not a regular, but I didn't know she was gonna die.
But aside from that, which fine, whatever. She's been doing this shit since 2012. She, fine. I thought it was
Dude,
really
the funny
good.
thing, it's like when she first appeared in the episode, I was like, how long has Kobe Smulders been doing this?
She's
And
been
she
doing
dies
this
in
since
this
the
episode.
first Avengers movie.
Exactly like 11 years. That was a good
Yeah,
run.
yeah, no, good run. And look, it's Marvel, so who's to say they don't find a way to bring her back? In this series, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they are, but you know what I'm saying. It's you're dealing with comic book stuff, you know. I that intro with which again Martin Freeman showing up, like didn't think I was gonna see him in this. That was a really like tense thing, dude. But honestly, my favorite thing, and I haven't watched Captain Marvel in a very long time, but my favorite part of the whole episode, and I think probably gonna be my favorite part of the whole series, is Ben Mendelsohn. He was just like fantastic in this.
Oh yeah, he was great.
Like him and Amelia Clark's like
That
interplay,
moment
like you
when him
feel that.
and
I'm sorry, you were saying.
I
Did I
think
lose
the
you?
audio thing it's gonna make us like end. No, you didn't lose me.
Okay, if I leave the studio, is it gonna turn off?
No, but don't leave. But I don't know. I think we like you stop talking and then I go, and it's kind of like I feel like I'm interrupting you and you're interrupting me, but in reality we're not.
Is there any way we can fix this audio issue without ending the stream? Like, if I leave, do you think that will
I don't
fix
know.
it? Do you want to try it?
Turn off your camera back in a. Now Matt is trying to fix his camera. I'm just here. Simping hard. Talk.
Okay, I am here.
Talk again.
Hello.
Yeah, it's still there. I don't know what the fuck.
All right, fuck it.
Let's just leave it like that. No, just let's leave it like that. Oh, he left. He come back? That's. I think he has certain time to come back. Can I? Do I have power of this shit now? La 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 la. Pirra la 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 la.
Hello. Hi, Abe. How are you? Is it working?
Yeah, yeah, it's working now.
Okay, good. Back to what I was saying then. Ben
Yeah,
Mendelsohn
sorry.
and Amelia Clark, their interplay, like that scene when he talks about her mom and he's like taking the magazine out and putting the gun, like Ben Mendelsohn and Amelia Clark are insanely good actors, and it's just like, dude, fuck, that's what I love. Like, fucking Olivia Colman's in this, man. Like, there's so many great actors in just this first episode. I'm insanely hyped for the rest of this.
The moment I remember how good Ben Mendelsohn was is it's when they're fighting the scroll and Fury shoots at him and kills him, and like the bomb, the one that gives the thing to Emily Clark, the bombs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When and he says, "I told you not to do it or to wait or something like that. That he could have done it." The acting on Ben Mendelsohn in that moment, it's amazing. It's incredible.
No, and I love that because, and I think that's something that's going to be played. I think throughout this mini series is like Ben Mendelsohn is not the scroll that we met in Captain Marvel. Like it's been like almost like 30 years since
30.
that, and I like that it's like I can handle it, I can take care of this, and again Nick Fury, I like that, like he's not the Nick Fury that he used to be, and I kind of like that for both these characters. My favorite thing is this is giving me like Captain America Winter Soldier vibes, like better than even Falcon Winter Soldier did. Like it just, and again, not like it's not 100% that, but it just gives me those feelings again. Like there's some nice sort of like tension to this series. Yeah, I'm really excited, and it's one of those things where like I half love Disney for doing the weekly releases, and I half hate them because like I really just want to watch the rest of this show right now. But unfortunately, we can't. But no, it was great. I'm really excited
So,
for
who do you think it's a scroll?
Ben Mendelsohn and Amelia Clark.
No, but like from the people we know.
I'm gonna say, and this is just a guess, and this is just types of shows and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the aides that we saw Don Cheadle talking to is one of the scrolls.
I vote the
But like,
president is scroll.
you think?
Yeah, that person is
like
definitely
maybe they
corrupt.
killed the president and now they're, and they've been playing the long game, kind of like in
Yeah.
X2, to where Mystique was the senator from the first movie, and she's just been sort of continuing to be the senator for all that time in
Yeah,
between both
okay.
movies. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Olivia
Yeah,
Colman was
or
great though. She was fantastic. But again, she's just like, and,
dude,
and that's what I like, is it's just
I
like,
love Olivia
here,
Colman.
we just put some great actors in this and we wrote a good script. There you go. Like again, I love that whole interplay between
Didn't you feel
her
the
and
episode was a little bit uh
a little what?
okay, sorry, it's because you talking and I talking, it's kind of
So
was a little bit shoppy. Like it wasn't like really, like it missed a couple minutes, like it had more time to breathe. There was a lot of things going on at the same time, like a lot of exposition.
yeah, for an almost hour-long episode, it didn't feel that, and I kind of wish it had. Especially since it's only 6 episodes. Like, I think you could do with, and I'm fine. Look, I'm fine that an expedition needs to happen. Like, I get it. You got to set up things, but like, maybe that's why, like, the episode breathe a little bit more. Make it an hour and 10 minutes. Like let you have some exposition, but it just could breathe a little bit more. But I did like that interplay between Olivia Colman and Sam Jackson. Like, the Nick Fury of a few years ago, he would have seen my guys come in, like, 3 yards away, and he's like, maybe I wanted to get caught. Like, I like that. I like that.
It feels like a old man Nick Fury show. Well, it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's set up like that.
That
Like
is,
things change, time has passed.
and I like that. I like when age is allowed to play into characters. Like let's be honest. Sam Jackson's, Nick Fury, I mean, is not the Nick Fury who showed up in the post-credit scene of Iron Man. And I like that. I think superhero movies and things like that run into problems when they don't let age creep in, when they try to be like, oh no, he's still like he was when he was 23. Like, look, even Tony Stark in Endgame, like that, Endgame and Infinity War were kind of really built around Tony Stark, like getting older and all that. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm really excited for the next episode of Secret Invasion. So yeah, we liked it. I guess we should get blocked because we supported something with AI, and now Abe's screen is a spinning dot. But yeah. My lord, can't win. Can't win. Sometimes, kids. Sometimes you just can't win. Sometimes, Up and he be gone. He be gone. He be gone. No ambassadors. No ambassadors. And no one doesn't. No ambassadors. No ambassadors. Boom, boom, boom. No ambassadors. Boom, boom, boom. No ambassadors. And no one doesn't. No ambassadors. Stop. No ambassadors. Dun, dun, dun. No ambassadors. All right. Hello, Abe. Welcome back.
Wait. My this shit's tangled.
We just need that technical difficulties.
Man, I'm starting to hate this fucking internet.
Okay. It's not my fault. You gotta get
I
better
think I
internet, my
want
dude. Gotta run Ethernet. That's
to.
what you gotta do.
Oh, my friend tells me regularly, call the fucking company and tell them to move the fucking router to your room. And guess what?
Yeah.
I don't do that shit.
Well, that's because
Because
you're a
I don't want a
lazy
guy drilling my
fuck.
hole.
Abe, you know you love guys when they drill your hole, okay? We all know you do.
Yeah, like, I don't want people going to my room. Hey, what's the Wi-Fi password? It's like, motherfucker, I don't want to give you my Wi-Fi password. You get me, Matty?
Abe, let's be honest here.
It's
You're
like,
really concerned because
uh,
when the guys come in to move the router, they're gonna see that frame picture you have of Kevin Spacey shirtless from American Beauty, and you don't have to explain it.
it's like, I think there's like a 20-minute extra that was cut from American Beauty.
What's that like the
That
Fritos?
reminds me when we would do the summit live. When we
Yeah.
would do the summit live, I just take people's quotes and just put it like out of context.
Oh my god. Those
Like,
are some of the funniest things in the world. It would just be like, Kirsten showed up today. Just like the most random shit. There was a long running
I,
one, but
that
it
was
was
my way to
pre-recorded to where
talking to.
like,
That was
go on.
go continue.
I was gonna say there's a long running one when we were pre-recorded to where you're trying to make everyone think it was Batman. It was like Matt likes to sleep hanging upside down, and like all these things. I was like, do you want people to think of Batman? The best was Matt is
I don't
drunk.
remember that. I have to
Oh my god.
go see.
Show. You want to do this tier list? Spider-Man.
Which tier list? I think we have.
Spider-Man.
I think we have to do it more organically. I think we have to throw Spider-Man a conversation, talk a little bit,
Fine. Let's talk about Spider-Man organically. So I watched Venom today.
Let's.
Wait, we already started an organic
What do you think
conversation.
of-
Remember when you lost your shit about Michelle Williams because for some reason you're a fucking like spokesperson now?
I'm her favorite. I'm her simp. That's how I'll call myself.
How many fucking women in
Mr.
Hollywood
Simp.
are you simping over? Your
Michelle
Lily
Williams.
James is simp. Your
Lily James.
Michelle Williams
Haley
simp.
Steinfeld.
Your Haley Steinfeld
Haley
simp.
Steinfeld.
Yeah. What the fuck
Charlize
is this, man?
Theron.
I
Charlize
never even
Theron.
was aware of that one.
Yeah, you know one.
Abe's got so many, can't even think of them.
Olivia Colman.
Okay.
Wrestling.
I remember the days when Abe would
Olivia
only
Colman
simp
has
over
fun.
Haley Steinfeld. Those were the old days. For then Lily James, that's where I need to find this graphic I made. Go back to listing all the women in Hollywood you simp over. You freak.
I said what? Mm, I think that's all. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you have limited yourself. Keep talking because I'm trying to find this
Oh, Margot
meme.
Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Okay.
Ryan
Okay.
Gosling.
Okay.
Jason Momoa.
Okay.
I said, have you watched?
Nope. You froze there. All I heard was, "Have you watched?"
Fast X?
No, I've never seen a single Fast and the Furious movie.
How? Co-
I don't know. Just never got around to it.
Matt, I think there's a way I can solve my internet problem.
How?
I just have to drop for a couple.
That's
I just
fine. I'm
have to
trying to
turn it
find this
off and turn it
meme
back on.
anyway, so. Yeah. All right, Abe, you go do that.
Okay, I'll be back.
And hopefully by the time you get back, I'll have found this goddamn meme. So, how are you guys doing? You doing well? Trying to find this meme I made years ago. Fuck. I knew that was gonna happen. All right. What was the context? I can't think of the context of this meme. Oh dear Lord Almighty. Yeah. All right. Here's whatever. What a blessed human being. Let's just see if I can search. Okay. God damn, this is odd. And he's back. And is his connection any better? Is that a yes? Is that a no? I'm so confused. No, you do expect to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour? Hello? Nope. All right. Well, kids, if you ever thought about getting into podcasting, don't. This is why. What the hell is that? Ooey. Ooey, ooey. Ooey, ooey. We gonna find it. We gonna find it, okay? It's all good. It's okay. Ah, fuck. Or not. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we won't find it. I don't know. The fuck is that? Hello? Alright, well. Abe,
What's up?
are you alive?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
California.
What?
You're broken.
I'm broken? Alright, it's not worth my time anymore.
I hate this so much.
You know, it's not usually this bad. I don't know what your problem is this week. Damn. How am I supposed to bitch about Tom Holland if your internet's not working? What am I supposed to just do it by myself? I could. I might just do that. All right. Well. Biscuits is not going well. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Hello, Abe.
Hi. So, for temporary reasons, while my computer decides to work, I'm going to do it through my phone.
Okay.
But can you hear me right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
I wonder, can I flip my camera? Nice.
So I guess I have to be the one to make the tier list. Fuck. Tier list maker. And he still freezes. Well, that sucks. Let's look up. Is there Spider-Man? Oh, there's got to be a Spider-Man tier list. Rank your no. Fuck off. Spider-Man movies. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Is there a way? Because I've never actually done a tier list. Is there a way to like remove? Okay. All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do fuck. Because that doesn't have all of them. No. Oh fuck.
You know, I did every single one by hand. Well, the two we've done.
Really?
Done by hand. Yes.
Okay. Fine, then I'll just make
Go
a
to
fucking
Letterboxd.
movie.
I go to Letterboxd and I look for the movies. Just copy paste and post it. Like take a screenshot.
All right, then I'll do that.
But I'm here like a TikToker, dude. Like, hi guys, how are you? My name is.
Hey
Adele
guys,
Fox.
what's up? How the hell you doing there?
Exactly, I felt like that. But I'm like, that's an important thing. After 40 minutes, we're trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with us? Upload set of images. Okay, this is what I need. Thankfully, I have a list of all the Spider-Man movies.
You said Venom.
Yeah, I added Venom. The only thing I don't have is Let There Be Carnage, but that's not. Okay, so.
Yeah, Morbius.
No, I don't. I forgot.
But Morbius.
Whatever, but I'll add that. Fuck.
Even
That's
there's more. I mean, it's kind of a Spider-Man.
Shut the fuck up. Hold on. Shut.
Okay,
Let me work, man.
up.
I have ADHD. Not ADHD. I got attention deficit disorder, motherfucker. I can't do both of these things. I can't chat with you fully and make this list. So you're gonna have to entertain everybody by yourself right now.
Okay,
All right?
I want to give people a tour for my collection. Hi. So this is my popcorn bucket collection. You can see like we have a Matt's favorite Buzz Baby Family Business. No, Buzz Baby
It's fucking beautiful,
popcorn
man.
bucket. And then you have My Little Pony. A Fate of the Furious. One of those Transformers movies. I think it's last night or something like that. Monster Trucks, which I bet Matt hasn't watched. Despicable Me, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Beauty and the Beast, Logan, Kong Skull Island, Bumblebee. This is Deadpool 2. Ugly Dolls, which I've never watched. Neither I watched Sherlock Gnomes, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Black Panther, and Nutcracker, which is how we call Matt when he works at the strip club.
Shut up. I fucking hate you.
Aquaman, Hotel Transylvania, Summer Vacation, the Lego Movie 2, Angry Birds 2, Secret Life of Pets. I don't know. This is the second one. This is the second one. The one without Louis C.K. He's pointed it out. The Grinch, Solo, which is how I am right now, Solo, and one of those Jurassic World movies. But I can show you more of the current ones.
Spider-Man.
You go to the top with me here. You can see. Can I flip my camera?
Mhm. How should I know this shit?
Más. Configuración. Cámara. Facing back. Oh, nice. Nice. Now you have my collection. You can see my flash. It's like his chest. You know, we don't want the head. Even though we all like head. You have a little mermaid one. It's kind of pretty. I really like this one. She's black. Hopefully that doesn't bother Matt. It's the skin.
Fuck off.
A flash. This is a cup. Thor's hammer.
Um.
And our more recent ones, we have the Despicable Me. We have a Lightyear one. Hopefully that doesn't trigger Mac and his homophobic beliefs. Also this, if you watch Jurassic World, what's the name?
Dominion.
If you watch Dominion, you know, the single mother, which is asexual, which I guess may bother some. Mario. And also something that may bother some people. Secrets of Dumbledore. You know what? Because one of the main characters is Guy. SpongeBob. Universal shit. And Patrick Star. Now let's go a little bit lower. You have a soul that if I turn off the light, I believe it's gonna. It may become bright. No, there's not enough darkness right now. But it's supposed to turn to glow in the dark. Now an Avatar 2, which I know Matt hates, and you can see the charger from Fast and the Furious. Here you have some of the. I don't know what the fuck this movie. Well, what Littlefoot? It's nice though. So this is a Tambor from The Lion King, the remake, and a Wakanda Forever.
Wait, what the hell?
Shit. We also have a SpongeBob bucket too, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Also some Coca-Cola cans. And if you follow me, we have the new edition, which is this Elemental popcorn bucket, which is a pretty nice movie. I watched it today. And here you have some of the cups from Cars Jr. or even the cinema. You have Red, you have Mario, you have Spider-Verse, you have a collection of Avengers, Coco, which hopefully doesn't trigger Matt. We know why.
You're such an asshole.
And now some of the Batman ones, Flash ones, which I will talk about it, and more Black Panther. And this the topic today. There's some Spider-Man and Venom ones, Batman, and more Batman. Here we have more buckets. These are metal ones. This is actually my favorite one of all. Like this Harley Quinn one, amazing. Like so colorful and full of life. Even seems texture to the point, which is, I mean, it is texture. Oh, I didn't know it was texture. I can show the. Oh, here, nice one. This is Toothless. This is Woody's Food. Here we have Poppy from Trolls. This is actually from Trolls 2, War 2. I didn't even notice she had glasses. I remember buying this before I went to fucking college. Disneyland thing, which is not from Disneyland, it's actually from Cinepolis, where I go to movies.
Dicks.
Hotel Transylvania, another Thor's Hammer, Olaf, Midnight something, and a Minion. And actually, I don't want to squat to show you the other shit because I'm kind of lazy. I can show you more of my room. So it's dark. But here we have some Pokemon shit. We have the blue one and Charizard. Man, I'm keeping people 10 minutes now. I'm bored.
All right, I'm in the middle of fucking making this. It was telling me I had to make an account. Then I fucking made an account, and now I have to start the fucking template all over again. And now, for some reason, despite the fact before it let me select all my images at the same fucking time, it's not doing that. Oh my god, I fucking hate technology. No, I need more than that file. Why is it like it's so weird? It's not letting me like drag all of them at the same time. All right, we're just gonna try this again. All right. Oh, is that okay? That might. Okay. 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 I got it. How many what did we go do? We go from S to what tier? Abe? Oh, and he turned it. Fuck you, no. You know what I can do?
It's cinema. Then it's
I'm just gonna pull up one of our old ones, and I'll be able. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, so we have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. You must What the hell? I uploaded 5. Oh, you son of a bitch. Why is tier list being such an asshole to me right now? They're being such a dick to me for absolutely no reason. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Holy shit. Give me a second here, and then I'll. Is that? Are you back? What's going on here, Mudman?
Can you add me to the call?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to remove your old one now?
Just put it like. Can you?
No. What the hell, man? Trying to put these in order as much as I can.
Okay. Hopefully it works now.
Okay. Now I share my screen. All right, so we got cinema, we got what a picture, we got it's Morbin time, so we just need B and C.
I think we have to put like green balls.
What?
Green balls.
All right, that'll be C. Wait, no, hold on. The exact.
I like that one. You can write it as long as you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I just want to make sure that I get the exact quote. I'm something of a scientist myself. And don't worry if I'm making it all. All right. All right. So we got cinema. What a picture! I'm something of a scientist myself, and it's Morbin time. But we need C.
I think. Can you put it? I don't know if you can put image, but I think dancing towing my wire should be.
All right. Dancing
Get it partially.
emo Toby.
Yeah.
Dancing emo Toby. Okay. So we got our tiers. All right. So Abe, Spider-Man, the original 2002.
Okay, I have a. Fuck. This is hard. I never thought that was gonna be hard. I have two water pictures only. Well,
Okay.
two cinemas only. On my head, two cinemas are only.
So
But
I got one cinema. I also have two cinemas, but they're not the same. One of them might be, but both of them are not.
I think based on the rule, just put two. I think the first Spider-Man should go in water picture.
Me too. I think that's a good spot for it. So for me, Spider-Man 2, I think for me that's I'm something of a scientist myself.
Really? For me,
Yeah.
that's cinema, bro.
So that would mean that it would go
Below.
Yeah. All right, Spider-Man 3. Where does that go for you?
That's Dancing Emo Toby.
Dancing Emo Toby. Okay, so this is where I say it. I kind of like Spider-Man 3. I think I'm something of a scientist myself.
I can't.
All right. If I give you Dancing Emo Toby, you know what that means. Later on down the line, you're going to have to give me something else.
We can negotiate when that time comes.
All right. So for me, Amazing Spider-Man is cinema.
That's something of myself, of a scientist myself.
So what does that mean? Where by our rules, where does that get put?
I think that's below Spider-Man 2 or between the first Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
All right. We'll do
Wait,
that.
so Spider-Man 2 is the. So Spider-Man 2 should be above the three of them?
Do you think?
Yes.
What did you say? I said it was something I was scientist myself.
I say cinema.
So where did you put Amazing Spider-Man?
I put on something on the science myself.
So then
That's the
there.
point
So I guess, yeah. But now we're just gonna have to fight over this, but we'll deal with that later.
Okay.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's Morbin time.
Get the fuck out of here. No.
It's Morbin time.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Does that mean Dancing Emo Toby?
I guess that means it's the top of Dancing Emo Toby. Okay, now you really want to talk about something that is more in time. Literally all fucking 3 of the Tom Holland movies.
I think the first one is something of a scientist myself.
Well, I say it's Morbin time. So what does that mean? It's top of Dancing Emo Toby?
Okay, I think the second one
I'm saying it's more. I don't like any of these fucking movies, so it's Morbin time for me for all of them.
I think the second one's it's a low tier water picture.
So
I think Mysterio's a really good
between
villain.
that, it would be top of I'm something of a scientist myself.
Okay, I think this is cinema.
Me too. This was the other one that I was like, it's cinema.
That's cinema.
Okay, so Venom, I think it's I'm something of a scientist myself.
I think that's the right spot for something.
Yeah.
I just put it below the.
You would put it below?
Yeah.
All right. Fine. Once again, but I'm giving you this shit so that later on.
We have
all right, Morbius. I feel like it has to go in its Morbin time.
Of course.
But the 15 minutes I saw of it, I figured better than all 3 of the Holland films, so.
No, it's Morbin.
Fine. So I have not seen Let There Be Carnage, so this is yours. Where do you think it should go?
The thing is that movie's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's really stupid.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I think below Spider-Man 3.
Below Spider-Man 3? All right.
Yes.
All right. It's Morbin time.
Like
on No Way Home. Where do you put it?
Why? Give me an argument why.
Okay, because everything that is
really
good in that movie is built off of other films. All it did was not fuck it up. But I'd much rather watch Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin in the original Spider-Man. I'd much rather watch Jamie Foxx as Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'd much rather watch Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in their movies. All that film did was not fuck it up. I don't care about Holland. I don't care at the end when he's, oh, no, nobody knows who I am anymore. I didn't care when Aunt May died. I just don't like these movies. I'm sorry.
This is extreme hatred, and I don't see any of it.
Like I said, everything good in it is from other movies that already did it good. So it's like, oh, great, I have a template on how to do this.
That's like saying, like, when a character is on a sequel, like, oh, that's not good because the good thing is because it was.
But what I'm saying is you're literally pulling Andrew Garfield from his movies and putting it into this. You're literally pulling Willem Dafoe from that first movie and putting it into this. You had a template that worked. All you had to do from a writing and directing standpoint was not fuck it up. Congratulations, you didn't fuck it up, but I'm not going to give you credit for that.
Why?
Because you had a fucking template. These actors already played these roles.
Exactly.
All you had to do from
when you do a sequel, you have a template of the film.
No, but here's the thing: doing a sequel to Spider-Man and doing a new universe are two separate things to me.
No, I'm just saying, like, any sequel you do.
No, but I don't think, like, Empire Strikes Back being a sequel to the original Star Wars and then not fucking up Han Solo is a comparative thing. Because it's not like they're ripping Han Solo and putting him into a new thing.
Yeah, but you're not fucking up characters.
I don't like those. You know what it comes down to? I don't like Holland's Spider-Man, and I think that's also a problem to where in that movie you have two Spider-Men who I'd much rather be spending the entire runtime watching rather than the one we are. I just
I
don't find his Spider-Man compelling at all.
I think Tom Holland is the best balance between Peter and Spider.
And you're welcome to believe that.
So that's why I would say a what a picture, flow and what a picture.
So that would mean it would be top of I'm something for scientist myself. So Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
I don't know
Where's
what
that?
what's your opinion about this one. I don't think we talk about it.
I need to watch it again because I think it's good, but it's weird. In some ways, it's better than the original, but in other ways, it isn't. I don't think it's as refined as the first movie.
I agree with
I
you.
think a lot of the elements it adds is really great. A lot of the cameos and stuff was really cool, but I think from a narrative, and look, let's be honest here, it's also half a movie. You know, I think when we see the next one, it's going to be different. And I think, like, I just watched Fellowship of the Ring a couple weeks ago again. That movie's technically a quarter film, but it still feels complete when you watch it, whereas this, like, it felt incomplete. I think that's also why the original Spider-Verse felt complete. It told its story. The other thing for me is heart. Like, to me, because I always, whenever I talk about this stuff, it's always comparative moments. You know, and again, they don't have to be one-to-ones, but just for me, the heart. To me, in this movie, there's not a moment like that moment in the first Spider-Verse when Miles makes his suit and is on top of the building, and you hear the voiceover of Gwen and his dad and his uncle and Peter B, and he jumps off of and the glass breaks and, you know, what's up, danger? Like, there's not a moment like that for me. That just like pure like joy I feel of like Miles is now Spider-Man, you know? Like even that moment on the rocket, you know, when Miguel is going after him and he's, you know, like they wanted that to be a comparative moment, but I just didn't feel it like I felt in the first movie.
I feel this movie lacks an antagonist, and I know we have. No, not an antagonist, but a true threat to Spider-Man.
Yeah, it does. Because
Because
it's
you
like,
know at the end Miguel is going. You know, like he's not bad, or he doesn't mean bad.
yeah, you know that Miguel, when he tells his story, is just like, I destroyed a universe. I don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, so
You know, like you know, like you can say he's an antagonist, but like, you know, and the problem is with Polka Dot Guy, it's like he's in it, but he's not. And they make too many jokes about him being a villain of the week. He doesn't until the very end. He doesn't feel like a threat.
yeah, you're just waiting for him to happen.
Yeah, and again,
And I think
I think the next movie
that's
they're going to build it up, but
yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think the most hype I was in this film was at the end when they assembled the team back from the original.
Honestly, the most hyped I was seeing Andrew Garfield and Donald Glover. The Donald Glover, I was like, oh my god, that's great.
No, I feel like I think it lacked that. One of the things that made the first one great was the team.
That's the other thing was like, and again, you see him at the end of the movie, they're going to come back, but like, I missed Nick Cage. I missed Penny. I missed Spider-Ham, you know, like that
Yeah,
interplay between those characters. I
like
missed
that.
Aunt May. Like,
Yeah,
you
like
know, it's
the
just like, oh, Aunt May moved to Florida. It's like, I don't know, man. I
and it's
miss
more of
that.
it's a Gwen and Miles story.
Yeah, which they're not bad characters, and I like that we got more on Gwen's background. I thought that was good, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's just
Also,
missing.
it's kind of it's a little bit long, dude. That was
Yeah,
2 hours
and you
and
know what
20
the other
minutes.
thing was unfortunately just because of how Twitter is, I knew it ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. And
So
by the
so
end,
at the end of the movie, I was literally just like waiting for the to be
yeah, same,
continued, and it could have
same,
ended like 20 minutes earlier.
Same.
They
same.
really kept pushing that, like
Hey, something's gonna happen.
so it's
Hey,
gonna
something's
happen,
gonna.
and then you think it's gonna be done,
Wait,
and
wait,
then it's
wait,
not. You know.
wait. So where
Yeah.
were you? I think we're toward the same page at this one. Where will you put it?
I'd put it top of I'm something of a scientist myself.
I agree with you.
All
I
right.
think that's. I
All right.
just
So now we have
I know
one
what you
slot
want to
open in
say,
cinema, but
and this is where I don't know what you want, but I'll give it to you.
well, no. Let's have the
No,
discussion. Let's
I
have the
no
actual
like
out of the
I,
three What If pictures. Which one do you think deserves to be in cinema?
Spider-Man
Because
2
I will personally say this for myself.
or the first Spider-Man.
I had the Amazing Spider-Man is the reason why I'm a Spider-Man fan. I liked Spider-Man as a kid. I read a lot of the comics. I watched the '90s show. I watched Spectacular Spider-Man when that was coming out. But the Amazing Spider-Man, like that was the first time I ever got really excited for this character, and he like that movie really made him my favorite. Out of the three, honestly, I like Spider-Man 2 a lot, but out of the three, honestly, if there's one of those three that I think should be in cinema, I honestly think it should be the original because of this moment. We're talking about moments. That moment of Uncle Ben dying and Peter holding his hand and Peter, and then it's for me it's not just that, it's Peter hears the cop saying, we got the guy cornered, and the Danny Elfman music as Peter's tears turn into like anger and he gets up. Like, that's a moment that I don't see in. I don't know, man. I think it should be cinema just for that, and
That's what you
you
said
know,
about the Amazing Spider-Man. That's like as a kid, I was a big Spider-Man fan.
yeah.
Like I would love the cartoons.
I
didn't
was
read
more
the comics.
DC. That was DC
No,
was
no.
really
For
had its
me, it
hooks
was
in me.
like it's always been Spider-Man. Like
Yeah.
he's my favorite hero. And like I
Mhm.
know you thought about the Tom Holland movies, and for me they're like mid tier below.
Yeah.
Like also like it's kind of disappointing that you never fully get Peter Parker in those films.
Yeah.
As fullest. I do think he's the best balance, but like like there's not that moment you said, like it's in the first one, and like the first time my mind was blown as a kid
Yeah.
was seeing Doc Ock at the cinema
Yeah.
in real fucking picture crawling that building in the trailer. I was
Mhm.
like, what the fuck? Which I didn't say because I didn't know English at the
Yeah,
time.
you didn't know.
Or
Yeah.
no, I didn't know those words existed. So that's why I have Spider-Man 2, but I'll agree with you on the first Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we'll throw that up there. Malcolm is in here and he says, "Wow, the disrespect to the Tom Holland movies, No Way Home should be in cinema." Well, I don't remember if Abe agreed with you or not.
And I put a
No.
low tier with a picture. I think
Yeah.
more than I like it's because there's no emotional resonance from those films for me. There's moments that are like, dude, that Mysterio moment in the second one, that's
Yeah,
fucking amazing.
there's
That
cool,
sequence, it's fucking great.
dude. There's some cool. I will give it. There are some cool moments. Michael Keaton in the car. That is still a great moment. Like that is, and I do agree with you. I agree that there's moments, but that, like I said, like that moment I described in the original Spider-Man. I even like. I think of, and look, this is just because Sally Field is freaking Sally Field, but that moment when she finds out Uncle Ben is dead and they they show her the sketch of the guy and they're like, "Do you know this man?" He's like, "I didn't think you would, ma'am." And she just starts crying, and then like Andrew Garfield, like Peter goes upstairs and he has the voicemail from Uncle Ben and he puts it on and he has to turn it off like immediately. Like, that's great. And you know what? There's also just some great moments to where I love the moment when he's at dinner with the Stacys and he's talking about, the masked dude. And Kathy Stacy at a point is just like, "You seem to know an awful lot about this case." Like, I like that. Like, he's not an idiot. He's like, "You know a lot of what And also in the Amazing Spider-Man, I still say Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone are to me the best like pairing in a Spider-Man film.
When Peter takes out his mask for
Yeah.
to when he's saving the kid to show him like he's just
Yeah,
as
I'm
him,
just a
he's
guy.
just
It's
another
okay.
guy. Yeah, which is kind of the same moment when in the first Spider Verse when is like when she's giving the speech and like
Yeah.
and what Stanley says that anybody can be the hero is kind of those they
Yeah.
encompass what the
That
Spider-Man
that's
means.
and again that's always been something great about that character is that Spider-Man, and again Stanley talked about that, like it's why he made him a teenager, he wanted him to be someone who readers could identify with. And I think that's something that they have done a good job of, just like, I'm just a kid. Like, I'm just a guy who got this. And I think that's also why I don't like the Holland movies, is that message of with great power comes great responsibility. I don't feel it in those movies. I don't. Even when they try in Homecoming, and I think it's because it's the unfortunate thing of that trilogy having to exist in the MCU, you know? So it is bogged down by Iron Man and the Avengers and this and that, I've never felt that message really ring through. And it's not because they don't say it, you know? Like it's that, again, like the fact that Uncle Ben is never mentioned, and that, because that is, you want to talk about it across the Spider Verse, that is a pinnacle point in Peter's journey, is the fact that in whatever version you want to look at, whether it's the original comics to where Peter was at a TV gig, didn't stop the guy because he was too famous and full of himself and didn't care, or the first Sam Raimi movie to where he got gypped out of his money so he didn't care when the guy was getting robbed, or when the clerk in Amazing Spider-Man was, a dick to Peter for no reason so he didn't care, and it comes back to, you had like you have these powers, and there are these moments to where someone does something wrong and you choose, whether because of ego or anger, to not use those powers to do the right thing. You lose everything, you know and that, and again, that's why I hate when people are like, oh, but we saw it in Spider-Man 2, we saw it. It's like, I don't need to watch him get shot again. That's not important. But to me, I'm just like, so does that mean because in Batman 89 and Batman Forever 95, we saw the Waynes get shot? Any Batman movie from now on, we never have to reference Thomas and Martha Wayne ever. No, because their death is an important pinnacle moment on that character's journey. And that is the reason why I think the Tom Holland movies fail for me, is because they that core of that character is lost. Um, and that's why I really don't like those movies. I think Tom Holland is a good actor. I think he performs well with the script. I do think, unfortunately, in all of his movies, like the first movie, Michael Keaton is carrying that movie for me. In the second movie, it's Jake Gyllenhaal. In the third movie, pick your poison of Andrew, Toby, or Willem Dafoe, are like carrying that movie for me, not him. Um, but it's that core of that character in that trilogy is lacking for me. Uh, that's just me. I know I come out and I make jokes and I do this thing, but I hope people do understand that my dislike of those movies is maybe not from a cinematic critical level, but more from an emotional level of, like, look, I'll be perfectly honest. Like I said, I got into Amazing Spider-Man when I was a freshman in high school, and like, shocking to absolutely no one was before I take a tree. I wasn't exactly a cool dude in high school. Um, And Peter Parker was this guy who was kind of like me. Like he was kind of this nerdy, neurotic dude who didn't feel like I always talk about because everybody's like, "Oh, Andrew Garfield, he was too good looking, he was too cool." Show me in that first movie who his friends are. He has none, except for Gwen. He has no friends. He's by himself in his room, working on stuff. Like he has no friends, and that just and he gets harassed by Flash, and yet he is still able to kind of have enough faith in himself to become Spider-Man. And I don't know, it was a really like important thing for me. Yeah. So I know I make these jokes, but I do hope that people who listen to this understand that emotional core lacking in the Hollow movies is why I don't like them. It's because of that, That's just me. Abe has been abnormally quiet while I just sit here and almost.
Well, you were talking. I don't know
Yeah, no.
when to. I didn't find any good moment to say
Yeah,
something
I'm
stupid.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I had quotes all the time. I was thinking of something stupid to say. I didn't have.
Yeah.
I didn't have.
I mean, like if you want to raise up some of these Holland movies, we can have that discussion. It's fine.
It's because I think Venom is a little too high.
But
I think Venom
okay,
should be in Dancing Toby right now, like
but
high
I
tier.
don't, because like I said, I think it's a fun movie. I think it knows what it.
You want to know something? I'll tell you this story.
What?
I fell asleep watching.
Okay, that's fine. You fall asleep watching all the movies. I think it was.
And
a
it
fun
was
movie.
opening night, dude. It was opening night, 12 a.m. watching Venom. I have no idea what happens in the middle of that movie. I woke up when he was fucking in the lobster.
What's nice is after watching Venom, I now finally understand a cameo in Across the Spider-Verse that I didn't get. I was like,
Who's
"Who's
the
that?"
villain in Venom?
Riz Ahmed.
Oh, and he's another Venom, right?
Yeah, he has another Venom like taking him over. Yeah.
I can't remember the movie.
Yeah, like I said, I mean,
I remember Michelle Williams and her ex. And
yeah.
How's you get the joke from the old lady and
That's what I said. Yeah, I now understand because when I
one?
saw it, because I haven't seen, honestly, and I thought this wasn't the case, but I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I was like, is that Michelle Yeoh? Like, I honestly was like, with like some makeup on her, I was like, are they? Because I know that's a multiverse movie. I was like, are they crossing over with that as well? Like, I didn't know. And now that I watched this, I was like, oh, okay, that's who it is.
That old lady. I like that. I like that cameo. That was unexpected.
I gotta watch the movie again. But I liked her in the movie. I liked her and Eddie's like kind of friendship, and I liked Venom like as a character. I was like, look, I was kind of a loser on my planet.
I think that's one of the fun things about because Tom Hardy is playing to himself. Then he does the voice for Venom.
No, he's playing against type because Tom Hardy is usually like cool. Like you look at him in Inception.
Give me a second. I have
cool, like I don't give a fuck kind of character, and I like that he's just like, and again, like Venom, just like a character in Spider-Man, it's always like, possibly his ultimate villain, like, the thing that turned Peter Parker evil, all this, and I like how they kind of played against that towards like, I'm kind of a loser on my planet. I don't know. I appreciated that they, that they did that. The whole like eating heads thing, to where it's like, there's so many heads I could eat right now. It's like, okay, I'm gonna explain this to you. There are good people, and then there are bad people. Okay, and once in a while, maybe I'll let you eat the head off of a really bad guy. Oh no, just appreciated that. So yeah, are you okay with this, or do you want to move some stuff? Abe's texting. So, oh, private chats. Oh, everybody give Abe a second. Malcolm was here, dropped defense of Tom Holland, and then just split out on us.
Sorry, Matt. My dad wanted something for his teeth.
You're fine.
I was kind of listening to you in the bedroom, and those
Okay.
are whatever he needed.
It's all good.
I'm happy with these teeth.
Okay. So I'm gonna save this.
It's just a lot. Like for me, a little like the Tom. You mentioned the Tom Holland ones. Like
Mhm.
I walked out hyped up, but then they didn't stick. You know,
I'm sorry.
like for those Tom Holland movies, I remember walking like all hyped up, like oh this is great. Then it's like 3 hours pass, and it's like
Yeah, they're honestly, I'm not trying to be mean. They are very forgetful movies to me as well.
yeah, there's
You know,
really cool parts of it.
and again, like, yeah, they're just forgetful. And
You know
that's the
what it
other thing
is?
is like the other
I,
Spider-Man movies aren't really to me.
I think so. Well, I mean, not just comparing them to the MCU films. One of the strengths of the MCU is character and the characters around them. And
Mhm.
I don't really think Tom Holland's supporting cast is that great.
Yeah, because you look at Cap, you look at that trilogy, and you got like Haley Atwell, you got Sebastian Stan, you got Sam Jackson, you have Tommy Lee Jones in the first movie. You know, you got a nice supporting cast that
Yeah,
doesn't
you have
overshadow
Scarlett Johansson. You have
Scarlett Johansson. You know,
and you don't really and it kind of makes sense. But when you put like Iron Man in the first one, it's kind of like this kind of overshadowing. It doesn't really
that's
work.
and I think
Makes no
that's the
sense.
and again, I think, and people are gonna hate me. I think, and I don't know if it was a writing thing or what, but I think had Sony done these movies standalone, I think they might have been better
And I
because I
think
think they attached themselves to Iron Man so much because of Civil War, you know, and it, you know, like the first movie, so much of that is Peter Parker wanting to be an Avenger, and Tony Stark being like, "You're not worthy of being an Avenger," and then at the end, he's like, "You can be an Avenger," and he's like, "I don't want to be an Avenger." Like, it's and it's
I mean, the second one is also like mysterious motivation is because of Tony
well,
Stark. But I
what
think
was
the
it?
second one,
I forget what it was that I saw on YouTube, but I'm not, No Way Home doesn't apply to this, but it's like because I think this video came out before No Way Home, but it's like, does it bother anybody else that the villains of the Tom Holland movies are just Iron Man's villains? Like they're just people who hate Tony Stark.
yeah,
Like they don't even have a problem with him. Like, you know, like
he's
let's
just
be
like
honest
an
here.
obstacle. He's an obstacle.
Like
He's not like
yeah,
Spider Man becomes an obstacle.
Michael Keaton's real enemy is Tony Stark. Like, that's the whole conversation in the car, is essentially just like, don't get in my way, you know? Like, he was totally fine, date my daughter, do all that, just don't get in my way of dealing with Tony Stark. Mysterio, like, if Tony Stark was alive, he would have just been fucking going after Tony Stark. He would have never dealt with Peter Parker. Who gives a shit? It's Peter Parker, you know? He only does the thing at the end because Peter Parker has fucked up his plans, you know? Like, that's it. That's why he did that, you know? But, like, it is bothersome. And then, let's be perfectly honest here, the villain of the last movie is just Tobey Maguire's villain from the first movie.
He lacks the iconic villain for him.
Yeah, he doesn't get.
The one that he has the relationship with, the one.
Yeah,
that...
he doesn't get. He doesn't get that. The surrogate father son thing with Norman that Peter has in the first movie. He doesn't get the sort of connection to his father and all that Peter gets with Lizard. With Kirk Connors in Amazing Spider-Man. Like, you're right. Like, he doesn't have that villain.
Okay,
like,
we know they're gonna do another Tom Holland.
Are they?
Yes, they're definitely are.
Okay.
Who you put as a villain?
I don't know. Because the unfortunate thing is like, because of No Way Home, like, I know you do like Tom Holland versions, but it's like unfortunate because now in this universe, it's like, well, we've already had like a really good Green Goblin and Doc Ock and Lizard and Sandman. So, like, who could it be? Like, I feel like with the post-credit scene, are they setting up symbiote Spider-Man and Venom? Like, at his Venom?
I would like that. I would like
to be a villain.
I think Kingpin sounds interesting. Kingpin maybe like a more underground kind of Spider-Man adventure.
But Kingpin's a little tied up with
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Well, depends how that goes, but that would be interesting.
It would be. I'm thinking, honestly, if they are setting up, Eddie Brock hasn't been introduced in these movies yet. So, you could do something cool with Eddie Brock. I'll say this, and again, one of the things that I do like about Spider-Man 3, he's not like the comics, but I did enjoy the kind of Eddie Brock is Peter with kind of his sort of barometer for good kind of turned off. Like, he's willing to like Photoshop pictures and but they're very similar characters. I kind of enjoyed that aspect of of that movie. But that could be cool. I mean, the only thing is that unfortunately, like Spider-Man 3, I dislike when they just introduce like that should be a character like I know I'm not complete thoughts here, but like in Spider-Man 3, John Jameson from Spider-Man 2 should have been Venom. Because in the comics, he's the one who finds Venom. And again, you change it up, but I'm like, you think about this. At the end of Spider-Man 2, Mary Jane leaves John at the altar to go and be with Peter. So, okay, he goes into space, he finds the symbiote, it attaches itself to Peter and does all that, but then it attaches itself to John Jameson. And John already has an anger about the fact that, let's be honest, Peter Parker stole Mary Jane, stole that life. So he's already got like a built-in hatred towards Peter. So you combine that with the symbiote who hates Peter for abandoning it, and it's like it work out really well instead of having to introduce a new villain, introduce, all that, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, look, Spider-Man's had tons of different villains. Who knows? Maybe Kraven's going to be his villain after the Kraven movie. I didn't watch that trailer, but someone did point out they're like, so Sony's doing White Panther, and they decided to release the trailer on Juneteenth. I was like,
we were talking, man. I was listening to you, but I was looking up villains.
Did you wait? But talking about the Craven trailer, because again, I did not watch it. Not out of any hatred thing. I just haven't got around to it. But apparently, Russell Crowe plays his dad.
Yes.
And did you see Russell Crowe on Twitter respond to that?
No.
He was like, what was it? I gotta find it. But like, someone was like, he's like, so Russell Crowe is Superman's dad, Hercules' dad, and Craven's dad. And he said, let me find it. I gotta find it.
Let me check.
I'm looking it up. Oh, where's it? Oh, yeah, he says fertile across time and space. That's pretty funny.
What about the chameleon? That would be an interesting villain.
I'm not really familiar with that villain.
I kind of remember from the cartoons, I think.
But you know what the thing is? Look, you don't have to be familiar with these characters. Write good stories, get good actors. Because I do think with how No Way Home ends, unless I'm mistaken,
you know who?
like Sony's contract.
I know Rhino, but he's gonna be fucking Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
At the end, there's a Rhino teeth, which is kind of fucking.
Is it Paul Giamatti again?
No. But that would be not. I want a nice Rhino.
That'd be cool.
Black Cat. I think we got teeth at the end of Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. We got the teeth of Black Cat.
Well, it wasn't the end. She's throughout the movie. She's Harry's assistant.
I know, but
yeah, Black Cat.
You kind of set it up at the end that she.
You know what the thing is though with Black Cat is Black Cat works when you have, because I think the PC game does this well. It works. Peter has to be in a relationship for Black Cat to really work. Because like that is the whole thing, is like he's dated her kind of, but like it's better when it's like he's dating Mary Jane, he's dating Gwen, and then there's Black Cat, who it's like, is he gonna? Also, I don't think she's a main. I mean, she could be. She's just because she's more of like she helps Spider-Man sometimes. Like she's a little too on the, she's like Catwoman. Like Catwoman has never in any of the Batman movies been the main villain because she's too neutral, like, yeah, she does bad stuff, but she'll also help out Batman, Spider-Man, when they need it, so it's like
I kind of don't want Miles to interact with Peter Parker live action.
Yeah, because look, here's the thing.
But the Prowler, you have Donald Glover.
I mean, you got Donald Glover, and look, Prowler, it doesn't, like they make reference to Miles, but that doesn't mean Miles has to. And maybe that's how you introduce Miles into these movies, is through having Prowler as the villain.
But if you're Sony, do you want to give that character to MC?
But
I honestly would.
Isn't their deal with MCU done?
No, they renew it. I think.
Oh, they renewed it.
A new one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because that's the other, look.
We already got Shocker, which was kind of.
Yeah, we had Shocker for like a fraction of a second. Yeah, that's the problem. Is a lot of, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
So like we had Amazing Spider-Man Lizard. But if you build up a relationship with Kirk Connors, because now Peter's in school, maybe you start with he's got a friendship with Kirk Connors, and Kirk Connors becomes Lizard. That could maybe work. And that could maybe be what we're talking about. With the fact that he doesn't have a villain that he has a real true personal relationship with. Problem is at this point, unfortunately, and again, this is just the problem with being the third reboot. It's just like, well, we kind of already did that with Dr. Ock in Spider-Man 2. Kind of already did that the last time with Kirk Connors. Like, you're just like, I don't know, man. You think they're going to introduce Gwen Stacy into the Holland movies now? that Zendaya's MJ doesn't know who he is anymore.
I think
I
they
think they're
should.
going to introduce
I
Gwen.
think they should.
I think they should too, because I think it, because again, how No Way Home ends is it does feel very much like a reset button has been pushed for his character, and so you have this opportunity now to like Ned and MJ are not in it anymore. You know, like you have an opportunity to like, you know, he doesn't have to be Harry Osborn, but to introduce it, you know, have his roommate, or well, he's in his own apartment, I was gonna say, but you know, a Harry Osborn type character to be his friend, have Gwen Stacy be introduced, because then you also get Captain Stacy.
It's just I don't know how you handle like if you have a Harry Osborn.
But
You know
that's what
who
I'm saying.
his
It
dad
doesn't
is.
have to be Harry Osborn. I'm just saying Harry Osborn type guy. You know,
Yeah.
like just someone to be his friend. You know, the issue is all these things I'm thinking of. I have to keep remembering that this has to fit somewhere into the MCU, and that's such a like look, this is why I don't work on multi-million-dollar movies, because like I don't know how you know, I don't know how the fuck they did with the Cap trilogy and did it so well. You know, like that trilogy fits into the MCU, but it's so good. You know, like even you look at Civil War, and it's like some people would say, "Oh, it's Avengers 2.5," but it's not really, because Steve Rogers is at the center of that story. You know, like they don't lose focus on Steve Rogers in that movie. Even when you give stuff to Tony Stark, it's like at the end of the day, that's still a Steve Rogers movie. You know, I just yeah, I mean again, it could work. I think that's how it should be. I think they should introduce Gwen Stacy. Um, I think if it doesn't conflict too much with Daredevil and with Echo, I think Kingpin would be a good villain for him. And then, you know, the thing with Kingpin is if you make, and I'm saying, let's say they do a new trilogy, have Kingpin being the overarching villain, you know, so you can have a Prowler, you know, in one movie. So you can get a Lizard, and you know, but the overarching bad guy is Kingpin. I think that could work. You know,
I I think it would be nice if you pair Kingpin and Black Cat and have like the relationship with Peter and
but
Black
that's what I'm
Cat.
saying. But like, I
That
think
that kind of
that,
you know.
but that's what I'm saying. I want, again, that's what I'm saying. Let's do a new trilogy, continuing on. We've done kind of a reset. That's what I'm saying. Enter this new one with fuck it. Enter it with him and Gwen Stacy already in a relationship. You don't have to do shows the courtship. Like have them already be in a relationship. Have the Harry Osborn type character be there. You know, have Kingpin. You know, you know he's already reestablished after Hawkeye. You know, and he will be, especially with the Daredevil show. You know, and then throw in Black Cat. You know, if you have an established relationship with Gwen, there is this sort of like temptress thing of Black Cat, you know, that is always interesting. You could throw in Prowler, you know, in there.
What
Yeah.
drives me crazy, I guess, if it's the right word to say. Oh, fuck! I lost my thought.
Something drives you crazy.
I totally forgot that. I thought I had a good point in my head.
Yeah, I
Was
honestly, yeah, yeah, and again, I think they did put themselves in a good position. I think that's it. I think just you know, I think that's it. I think
oh okay
you.
okay I have it
Oh,
I have it. You mentioned Venom earlier.
yeah,
Like you know the third one. Like you kind of get Venom against Spider-Man, but it's kind of like a letdown based on what the film composes itself. It's
yeah.
like drives me crazy. Like how come they haven't tried again?
Hmm.
And I think they should in
Well,
the next
this is
couple
the
years.
thing. Is I mean, what if? So we do this fourth movie. We have Prowler or whoever be the villain. What if at the end of it he gets the symbiote suit, and then we start the next one with him? You know, because in the comics, Spider-Man got his new suit during Secret Wars. during that mini series, and then he kept in the comics for a while before issue 300 when they revealed it was the symbiote and was turning Peter, and a Spectacular Spider-Man and the 94 series both did that great to where they followed the comics to where he gets the powers and he doesn't become evil immediately. Like, it strengthens his powers. It in both of those shows, because he didn't have the organic webs, it gave him organic webs. Like, do that and then have Spider-Man 2, not Spider-Man 2, it'd be Spider-Man 5. Have him already have him have the black suit, have him, and then maybe you start to kind of introduce that maybe this black suit isn't really that great for Peter. And that's why you can have maybe Black Cat be in there and that sort of like temptress kind of thing. He starts maybe thinking a little less fateful thoughts to Gwen, and like I think that'd be fun to sort of play with that. And then through that you can also introduce, Eddie Brock and stuff like that. Have Eddie Brock, fuck it. I'm talking about Harry Osborn. Have that be Eddie Brock. Have Eddie Brock and Peter be friends at school and they work in the lab together and whatever. Maybe in Spider-Man 2, again with the symbiote, he's getting a little full of himself and maybe he's taking more credit for stuff than he should, and that's going to build up Eddie's anger towards him. And then you end the second movie with Eddie getting the symbiote suit, and then the third movie, that's you have Venom and you have Eddie and you have all that. Like, you could do that, and that could really work.
Well, you put Tom Hardy as Venom, or you put another?
No, you put a new Eddie. You put because the whole thing is in the post-credit scene, he gets ripped back to his universe, but that little sliver of the symbiote stays behind. So you have a new Eddie Brock that is friends with Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Mexican.
What?
You make him Mexican.
Sure, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Eduardo.
I think that could work. And I think, like, again, I'm thinking that Spider-Man 2 with him in the black suit, like, he's been, and you slowly start to realize as the movie goes on, like the comics did that, like, and, Spectacular Spider-Man and the 94 show did so well, which is like, this more power is coming at cost because it wants more from you. And again, that shot in Spider-Man 3 in the church when Eddie gets all the symbiote starts attaching himself, and then it sort of fully envelops him and he goes towards camera. What if that's a similar thing like that? But what if that's the end of the movie? That's how we end the movie, is Eddie Brock is now Venom, Like, that'd be cool, Yeah.
I'm just looking for something. Because we're talking about the sequel, and I know Sony set up like a new release date for a movie like in July in 2 years or something. And I think people were speculating that was gonna be in Spider-Man 4.
So, question: who would you cast as Gwen Stacy in this new Holland trilogy?
Haley Steinfeld.
Shut up! But you can't.
No, I prefer like a newcomer, dude. Honestly,
you would
like.
How
I
old
think one of those
is Holland our age?
Yes, he's exactly right.
He is. No, he's older than us. Actually, he's 27. He's a year older than us. So let me just look at it. I
think one of the problems with the MCU lately, which I don't know if it's a problem, it's like for the Fantastic Four. Have you seen the casting rumors?
Unfortunately.
Yes, you have, right? Oh yeah, I think we talked about it, right?
Yeah, I complained about how I don't want Adam Driver. I want John Krasinski.
Yeah, but whatever. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But they try to go for star talent, and one of the things that made the MCU great was like they casted Chris Evans, which nobody knew. I mean, Chris Hemsworth, which nobody knew.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett Johansson. Like this lesser known stars, and right now they're going for fucking Adam Driver and Margot Robbie and Paul Mescal, which are like really hot names.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, bro, what the fuck?
I don't want Adam Driver. He's a good actor, but I just don't think he's a good fit for Mr. Fantastic.
I don't know if
Um.
I'm consistent either.
Oh, you know who could be a good Gwen Stacy? You ever seen? Do you watch Stranger Things at all?
No.
You
Well,
know, well
I watched the first season. I watched the first
the here I'm gonna just so you know. I think
11.
Natalie Dyer, who plays the older sister, I think
Oh
she
yeah,
could be
I've
a
seen
really
her.
good Gwen Stacy.
Go back to Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Exactly where you were.
yeah,
This movie just got yes.
yeah.
Fucking amazing, dude. You should watch
Is
it.
it?
Yes.
No, but I'm saying I think she could be a good Gwen
She's a
Stacy.
really good actress. She's a really good actress.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I feel like she could work in that role. Um, yeah, I think introducing Gwen and like I said, have them already. You know, I think too often movies don't they need to show the courtship and all. It's like no, just like have him be in a relationship already. He's in college. It's not that surprising that if we're picking up in real
He
time, he'd
fucks.
have a girlfriend. Like it's not that surprising.
Mm.
You know.
I've, I think you can do Venom and the death of Gwen Stacy. No, because you won't need Green Goblin. Those will
Well, you
be
don't
cool.
need. The thing is, you don't need Green Goblin. And again, if you go back to my thing of having Eddie Brock be Peter's best friend and partner in the lab and all this, if you have Venom be the one who kills Gwen when it's Eddie, like the emotional resonant of my best friend killed the love of my life, like that really would be really good because that's the thing is it's like Green Goblin,
But
it's part of it, it's it's like in the comics, it's the fact that Gwen is the love of Peter's life. Green Goblin kills him, and then he finds out it's Norman is the one who killed her. Like
I wanna go and think like an executive, right? At this
mhm,
moment,
yeah.
I don't think that Sony will want Zendaya to be pushed. You know, have a lower
But
role in
they've
this film.
set it up already that she's going to
I
MIT or
know,
something, and he's
I
in
know, I know,
NYU.
I know, I know. But like, dude, she's probably like the coding. I, I don't know who says this.
Mhm.
Uh, Zoolander. She's so hot right now, dude. And
No,
she's gonna be for a while.
but I think that's.
Like, just I'd agree with you. I would like that thing that what you're describing,
But
but just
again,
thinking like how
to me,
Hollywood
I'm
is
thinking like
picking
this
things.
because the ending of No Way Home set up so much that MJ and Ned don't know who he is, never knew who he was, and they're gonna move on and have their lives at MIT.
I want that. I want that.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm thinking you introduce Gwen and Eddie, who yes will essentially take the places of that, but let's be perfectly honest here. That happens in real life. You break up with your high school girlfriend, you go to college, your old best friend goes to a different college, and things change, I don't think that's bad. And like I said, you get an actress like Natalie
You keep
Dyer to be
you keep
Gwen, I think she'd be great. I think you could
you keep one in
understand,
the second one. MJ comes back in the third one. Money maker.
maybe. I mean, hey, that's just my thing is how do you fit her into that unless she I guess transfers to NYU or something.
I mean, they're gonna figure it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. I would really like the next one to start with him and Gwen in a relationship. I would love for Eddie Brock to sort of be what Harry Osborn was in the Raimi trilogy. Like his best friend. They're roommates together. They work in the lab, and that's coming from Spectacular Spider-Man. Eddie Brock is older than him, but he works in the lab with Dr. Connors.
I really want Felicia though. Like thinking like
No, but that's again going back to the thing I had was with the symbiote suit is you have her in the second movie, and that's where maybe he starts because Felicia is he starts maybe thinking bad thoughts about cheating on his girlfriend, and that's how you can have Felicia in it.
I'm pretty sure dude, that on a contract somewhere is like Spider-Man cannot cheat.
No, but that's the whole thing. Is in the comics, she's a temptress. You know, like
Yeah, I
that's
know.
the
Like
whole.
it's a tease. It's like black like Catwoman,
Yeah,
Catwoman.
no, not like Catwoman, because Catwoman and Batman is more like you're kind of a bad guy, but we're gonna flirt. Like this, it's like I'm with Mary Jane. Like I'm not gonna cheat on Mary Jane, you know, with you, you know. But again, I'm really upset because what we carved out here is not gonna happen. Unfortunately, like you said, they're gonna introduce Mary Jane, MJ back into the fucking series because Zendaya is huge, and her and Tom Holland, I think, are dating in real life. So
They're still dating.
you know what I'm saying. So unfortunately, but Natalie Dyer would
Did
be.
you watch that? I think it's called Challengers. All the fucking memes coming
No,
out
I didn't
from
see
that
that
thing.
trailer.
Oh, it's just Zendaya because there's a scene where she has a threesome with two white guys, and it's
Oh,
what
okay.
it's like.
I gotta be
So
honest. When I first heard that movie title, I was like, "Are they making a movie about the Challenger explosion in the '80s?" Because like
what?
I wouldn't put it past Hollywood that they would make a movie about that.
No, it's Little One and Nino, which
Yeah,
I think it's not gonna be that good because it's gonna drop in September, and usually September movies are not.
yeah, it's like
Hot take.
January, September. If you're dropping your movie there, it's like.
So unless you're it or Shang-Chi.
I mean, again, there's movies that always break the mold. Technically, A Man Called Otto came out in January, and that movie's great. You know.
No, that came out. Well, I watched it.
But yeah, I mean, there's definitely been good movies that have been released in September in the
Oh
past.
no, I know, but it's just
No,
like
but normally, yeah, because it's
like
like September
if
is
you
like
want, that film has that Oscar mode,
no,
like we
because
made this shoe,
September
we made
is
this shoe.
September is summer blockbuster season is over, but we haven't quite gotten to Oscar season yet. So these are just kind of the movies that definitely weren't blockbusters, but they're also not movies we're pushing for Oscars. So here you go. You get your horror movies that come out in September, so like it that can, take advantage of, people getting prepped for, spooky season. But yeah. God, why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this to myself? Now I gotta cast an Eddie Brock. Just because I got a Gwen, I gotta cast an Eddie Brock.
So this year in September, we have the Equalizer 3, which kind of sounds like a September movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're re-releasing They Live. Okay, let me. Poor Things with Emma Watson. My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Wait,
3.
I'm out. Can I just share my screen? So I'm trying to cast an Eddie Brock. So I look up actors in their late 20s. Why the fuck did Harrison Ford pop up? It's like Daniel Radcliffe, 33, Harrison Ford, 80. Actors in their 20s. Like, I know this is my Google account, so like I get that they're like, hey, you like Harrison Ford, right? But I'm trying to.
Nun too.
I'm trying to find
a new after sequel. A Haunting in Venice.
Crap.
I don't want.
Okay, so I don't want all my. I probably should not have all my actors be from Stranger Things, but Dacre Montgomery could be a really good Eddie Brock and Venom. Like
he could be a really good. He could.
I mean, you know what? Yeah. Okay. So I fucking love that trilogy. I have a bit of an issue that Sly is in the end category, which makes me think they're going to kill Bonnie Ross in this movie. And I'm like, look, literally, like, barely anyone from the last 3 movies has come back. Why are we doing this, Sly? If you have no interest in doing this, just don't do it. Like, just make a new thing for Jason Statham. Like, why? It also, like, unfortunately, just looking at the cast, it's completely ignored what the trilogy was about. which was like the old school action guys from the 80s and 90s in a new series. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
that's none of this is or is here.
Yeah, like watching the trailer for the film was like Jason Statham wanted to make a movie, and they had like an action script and said like, "What if we do Expendables?" And
Yeah,
just
no,
just
it
rework it a
felt
little
like
bit.
it felt like they had like a spec script for an action movie. Then went to Sly, and he was like, "I'm kind of done with the Expendables movies." They went to Jason Statham, he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And then they went to the cast of the other ones, and like barely anybody signed up. So then they just went out and got other older
Megan
guys
Fox is in
to
it,
do this movie. Yeah, she's in it.
and I
You
like
know, it's
Megan
like
Fox.
I like her too, but like, you know what I'm saying? But like, she doesn't fit into what that trilogy was about.
Yeah, yes.
You know,
I hate that I'm so
like,
dark.
you know, and again, the thing. Well, you gotta get yourself a camera with a ring light, like I do.
Okay, white people. Is it
Fuck off,
racist to
dude.
say fucking white people?
You know what? I don't take offense to it, so it's fine.
I find myself saying it sometimes.
I'm your white friend that gives you the pass.
Nice. You cannot say shit about Mexicans though.
That's fine. What would I say anyway? I have no prejudice.
The Woman King came out in December. Pearl came out in December. See How They Run came out in December.
But
And
yeah,
September.
I've casted my own Eddie Brock and Gwen Stacy, and they're both from Stranger Things, but they're both good actors. So like, and they would fit both well in those roles. And who cares? Stranger Things is still huge, so fuck it. You know, I'm casting. Well, Dicker Montgomery was in Stranger Things 2 and 3, which he's not in it anymore. So fuck it, whatever.
What
I'm
is he
still
doing?
that's fine.
He was hot for a
What?
while.
He was in Elvis. That's the last thing I saw him in. Yeah, because he was in Stranger Things. He was in Power Rangers. Power Rangers unfortunately didn't work out. He was
I think Power
in
Rangers was his shot, you know?
100%. 100%. Power Rangers was supposed like because he's an Australian actor. Power Rangers was I think the thing that introduced him.
Yeah, who likes Australians? Unless you're from Arizona.
But he's got 3 movies coming up. But yeah, Elvis was the last thing he was in. He was good in Elvis. But yeah, I think
No.
if Power Rangers worked out, I think his career would be a little different than it is. But I think he's really good. I really liked him in Power Rangers. I really like him in Stranger Things. That's why I think he would be a good Eddie Brock, and he could, you know, that's a series he could attach himself to. That hopefully, if it's successful, he could, you know, parlay then into, you know,
Oh,
his own
I
like.
watched him in this comedy called The Broken Hearts Gallery. It's good. I
Yeah,
recommend it too. Nice.
yeah. I was gonna say, how was that?
Fine. It's a nice romantic comedy. Nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Stereotypical, but as a watcher, an excellent
Again,
romantic
and I
comedy.
liked him.
Give it a
I liked him in Elvis. I thought he was great in his role.
yeah. He hasn't done much, bro.
Yeah,
He
no,
hasn't done much.
he hasn't. Yeah, but you know, but again, I also feel like, you know, unfortunately, that's because he's the lead of Power Rangers, which is, you know, this franchise movie that doesn't do well. And look, unfortunately, you know, fortunately for actors, you know, in positions like that, when the movie succeeds, it's really good and you can jumpstart your career. But when it doesn't, everybody's like, "Why'd you make this fail?"
So while we were talking, I was looking September, and it looks like studios are pushing for September to be a better month
Oh, why? What's
because
coming out?
not necessarily this year, but from the last couple of years, like
Mhm.
the slate hasn't been stacked in terms of blockbusters, but good movies that I appreciate have come out. Especially horror films, you know.
Mhm.
So there's hope. There's hope.
But like I said, horror movies I feel like have always come out in like late
I
September to take
I
advantage of like October.
I honestly think that you can put a movie in a lot of weekends and people will go watch it if they're interested.
Mhm.
Like you see June right now. Like June was Spider Verse, Transformers, Flash,
Indiana
Elemental,
Jones next week.
Elemental, and at the end of the month you have Indiana Jones. You could easily move Transformers to the first week of September. That movie would make more money,
Yeah.
had more legs.
It is why I think it was a mistake that they released Solo in May. Because remember, Solo came out, Avengers Infinity War came out the week before, and the week after Deadpool 2 came out. You throw that movie in September, it does so much better.
Same as Dungeons and Dragons this year, which is a really fun movie.
I agree. I think that could have been such a good, early September summer blockbuster season is over. We're getting some horror movies. You throw a movie like that, I think it would have done better. Because
I
think
that movie would have worked great, like in December, like to run through the holiday season, but because
and
Avatar
to run for the holiday season, to also be the alternative viewing to Oscar movies.
And Avatar, but Avatar was there, so it was kind of a stack hander at this point.
Yeah, but
you
know
if
what I'm saying, like
hold the movie.
Like, I appreciate that they wanted to release Solo in May because of, Star Wars movies used to be always released in May until Force Awakens. Like, I appreciate that, but when you were really looking at it, they really should have pushed it. Again, I feel, and I really like Solo. I know it got some mixed reviews, but I also feel like you release in September 1, you allow more time from The Last Jedi to pass, and 2, nothing really would have been coming out. I think it could have performed a lot better.
Yeah, because Dungeons and Dragons, dude, fucking March, even though not all the movies were great, or we agree or not, like, it started with Creed 3, open big.
Yeah.
Scream 6, also open big. I mean, what the franchise is. Fucking Shazam Fury of the Gods, it didn't open that big, but still was, so that's when people were interested in a sequel.
I think Shazam Fury of the Gods did better than if it was released in June.
Yeah, then you have John Wick 4. And you leave Dungeons and Dragons next weekend, and I think the week after Super Mario's came out.
Yeah.
So you killed the movie. Like, Paramount killed by selecting the fucking release Dungeons and Dragons and Transformers. Like, it was a stupid decision. It's something you didn't like. When you look at the calendar, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's honestly why I know. Again, look, Indy is my most anticipated movie of the year. I'm really hoping to love it next week, but I'm afraid because it's like Indy opens and the following week Mission Impossible opens, and then you got Oppenheimer and Barbie.
It's 2 weeks from now. From there.
What?
So it's Indiana Jones opens on the 30th, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing it on the 29th, but yeah, it opens on the 30th.
Yeah, so it's Indiana Jones. And then July 7th, which is the next weekend, there's Joyride, which is Joyride, and Insidious, which it's not competition for Indiana Jones. It's gonna repeat number 1. And then I think 2 weeks is a good breathing space.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, Barbie.
Oh yeah, that
battle between those three is gonna be. And the thing is, look, unfortunately, I'm excited for Mission Impossible more than I am the other two, but unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be one of those cases to where when you have a stacked summer, everyone who cares about seeing Mission Impossible is going to see it the opening weekend, and then you're going to have the numbers drop because anyone who was excited for Mission Impossible already saw it, but now they're going to go and see Barbie and Oppenheimer.
I honestly think, dude, the Barbie can open like 100 million.
Well, Barbie, I've said this before, Barbie can beat Oppenheimer based on the simple fact that it's a more wide movie. It's a comedy.
Also,
look,
like, dude, my friends, the straight 27-year-old guys, we all.
Those trailers have gotten me so excited for a movie that I did not care about when it was announced.
We all want to watch Barbie. Like, I see it when
funny.
My sister makes sense. My sister wants, like, she told me, "Oh, when you get Barbie tickets, can you get some for me?" My sister makes sense. My niece, 10 years younger than we.
Oh yeah, my sister wanting to go and see it makes total sense. But like, you and I want to go and see that movie because it looks funny.
Yeah,
Margot Robbie looks.
because the
Dude,
marketing
I'm
has
sorry.
been.
Dude, that moment in the trailer when it's Kate McKinnon and she's like, "You can go to the real world and learn the
The
answers,
Matrix
or you can go back to your old life." It's like my old life, and it's like, no, you have to pick the real world. Like, I think that's such a like clever play on like, you know, the Matrix, you know, the red pill, the blue. Like, I like how it goes with like, no, any actual person would pick the fucking simple, happy life. Like,
Yeah,
the
and
fucking dude, my look at my foot, it's flat. Dude, and Ryan Gosling, man, holy shit.
they know how to sell that. They know how
Dude,
to
just
sell that.
the and Ken that they've been doing in the marketing. And he's Ken. Even his the doctor. Can I talk to a doctor? I am a doctor. Can I have one of those clicker things? Oh, there's the person I've been wanting to see. He looks great. Yeah, no. Question is for you. Which one do you think you're gonna see first? Oppenheimer or
Barbie. Barbie.
I okay, so this is my thing. This is my thing. I think I'm gonna see Oppenheimer first, only because of how Dolby works, and this is Tom Cruise had a problem with this about IMAX. Um, once a newer movie comes in, Oppenheimer's gonna be taken out of Dolby, and I want to be sure that I see it in Dolby. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
Like,
You have premium screens that way. I don't. So it's kind of like
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Well, Tom Cruise
No,
was.
I'm gonna
Tom
go
Cruise
watch
wanted
Barbie first.
Oppenheimer. Tom Cruise, I saw a story. He wanted Barbie and Oppenheimer to move. I think he's more just concerned about the fact that, like I said, Mission Impossible is going to get kicked out of Dolby and IMAX for Oppenheimer.
Oh, dude,
You
that's
know?
happened with all the films. Like,
Yeah, no, it's unfair. Like, dude, I remember, what was it? I can't remember what movie it was, but it got kicked out by Transformers. That's
Spider-Man.
just, it's like you get like these. That was it, because I didn't see Across the Spider-Verse opening weekend, and it's like, because Dolby is my favorite way to watch movies. I was upset because it was like, oh, Transformers came out. You know, it's like I got to see Flash in Dolby, but I'm like, Indiana Jones is gonna be in Dolby, so that's
Yeah,
gonna
like
get kicked
I think
out.
that's why a little like there's
Yeah,
something
it's
about premium
unfortunate.
screen that people are going to, and like not all like it's gonna be really hard for all cinemas to be like premium IMAX screens. So it's like you what your chance to see it
And
like the best
let's
way
be
possible
honest
is
here.
premium screens.
Like, yeah, the unfortunate thing is that, like, even if they were all, like, unless every theater was a premium screen, which they wouldn't be, I only feel like even if my theater had 2 Dolby and IMAX theaters, I'm not too certain that one would be playing Mission Impossible. Like, maybe. Okay. You know what? Because we do have multiple. I don't know. Because it's just like IMAX and Dolby screens are different than just like regular 3D, because that you can play in any theater. It's just, glasses. That's the problem is again, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm probably going to see Oppenheimer first, just because like I don't need to see Barbie on a premium, like it's a comedy, like I'm going to see it, but I don't need to see it on like a premium screen. Whereas
On a
Oppenheimer,
Barbie,
I need to see that in Dolby.
I wanna watch it in an IMAX screen, but there's no IMAX screen, and I don't want to drive 2 hours to just watch it.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I am a little concerned about Barbie because like I don't have friends. I'm a little concerned that I'm gonna be that lone single 26-year-old man who's like, yes,
Dude,
one ticket for
dude,
Barbie, please.
that
Just
happens to me all
sitting
the
by
time. Don't worry.
myself.
No, you know how you have no idea how many times I've been in a theater and there's everybody's kissing and me I'm just touching
Dude,
myself.
no. The thing for me was Toy Story 4.
Yes,
I was in a
Frozen 2
sold
for
out
me.
theater, and I was the only one who wasn't a parent with kids or a part of a couple. And there were definitely some others who were looking at me. Like, again, it wasn't like I saw them. I'm sure there were definitely some, like, probably more women, just because there were more moms than dads in this screening. But I'm like, who are definitely like saw me by myself and were like, what's he doing by himself here?
The king of
And it's like, it's because I grew up with these movies and I want to see what happens in the fourth one. That is why, because I love Toy Story. Yes. But yeah. Which I mean, it's just like I go in the movies all the time by myself. It's just like I don't know. I just feel like Barbie is going to be one of those like couples or girl trip movies.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll just be the guy
Okay,
who's
if I
like
get an
by
IMAX theater,
myself.
let's see.
But I am
Mich-
hyped for. Wait, are Oppenheimer tickets on sale yet? Because if so, I gotta secure. Because there's a seat that I get on my Dolby theater that I always try to get. So if I can. Oh, oh yes, yes. Tickets are on sale. Oh
We're
shoot,
gonna.
is it not? Wait a second. Shit. Is it only that is weird?
I think they
Maybe you
open
know
it
what?
like for IMAX.
You know what the thing is that right now it's saying that it's right now it's only saying that it's only playing IMAX at my theater. I think that's just because it's June and the movie comes out. Because I think it would definitely be playing in what you calls it in Dolby.
I
Okay, so this is my thing with IMAX. I don't go and see 3D movies because of glasses. I always get a headache. And that IMAX is like the ultimate version of that. That's why I like Dolby, because you get the big screen, you get great sound, moving sound, which I love, but no glasses.
You don't get
So
that. You don't get 2D IMAX.
sometimes, like I remember
I remember
I
watching.
remember me and my dad and my brother saw Suicide Squad in IMAX 2D, but not really. We really
My
don't.
you know what? My first IMAX movie, which I don't think was shot for IMAX, was Joker.
Oh, really?
And then I watched Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah, I don't go to IMAX. You know, again, like I said, that's why I love Dolby. I
Dude,
love
if I
Dolby.
had an IMAX theater, I would be there every fucking weekend.
Yeah, I just like I said, it's the glasses. I just can't deal with
I
the
think it's just because
headaches.
they wanted some more money. They're like, oh, IMAX and 3D, you can add
Mhm.
an extra.
Well, Dolby is a premium format as well, so
Yeah.
it costs. But again, I like it. You know, I love the movie in audio. I think that's like watching because they re-released Top Gun in Dolby before Maverick. So seeing that and then seeing Maverick, it's like you literally hear the planes. I mean, for the 50th anniversary of Godfather, they re-released in Dolby, and me and my dad went. So you know the scene when Michael is at the restaurant and he kills the Salazzo and the cop. You know the
Which one are you, sorry?
train Godfather,
Oh, yes.
dude. In Dolby, you literally hear the train going over your head. Like it
Nice.
was. It's so I love Dolby so much because it's like nerdy stuff like that that you feel more in the movie because you do feel like holy shit the train's like passing over my head like it is Michael. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Once I was one in an Adobe theater, and it was raining, and I felt spit on my face. And I was like, "Fuck!"
I'm sorry.
They
My
spit on
sister
my
texted
face
me.
while I was watching a rain scene, and
Mm-hmm.
it felt real. I was so
Yeah.
wet. I was really wet.
I felt that way
And
too when I saw Baby Driver and
there's
Louis James popped up on screen. It was so
there's
weird.
a I have a 40. Have you been in 40X?
No.
It's an I have a 40X theater, and that's an interesting.
What is 40X the one to where like some scenes it will be like on the sides as well? Or am I
No,
thinking
that's
of
no
else?
40X is like interactive. Like there's fume, water,
Oh yeah,
and
it's
that.
more like a theme park ride.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
I've only watched Goosebumps in that, which I don't think was the right choice.
Yeah.
But I took
I
my
remember the
sister
first time I
and
heard someone talk about that was Kevin Smith. He talked about that with Civil War. He said he saw that and he was like, yeah, like when guns are fired, like you smell like and I'm like, I don't I don't think I would enjoy that
no,
honestly.
also you cannot have food. Like they recommend you not to have food because it's gonna fall down.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I usually don't get food. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll get soda, but like the thing is like I normally just like to watch the movie. You know, like if and normally I eat before I go. If I'm really hungry, I'll get popcorn. I know I'm going to embarrass myself saying this, but the good thing is no one's probably going to watch this. I don't have great bladder, so if I drink a lot of soda, I have to go to the bathroom a lot. And so if it's a movie that I haven't seen before but I'm really excited about, I don't want to have to get up and miss anything. So like Indiana Jones, when I see that the first time, I'm not going to get soda. But then, so I see it on Thursday, and then because my brother's on vacation, when he comes back, I'm going to see it with him on Sunday. That time, I'll probably get a drink. It was
I
like
can
Once Upon a
hold.
Time in Hollywood, the same thing, because it's like, because with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, when I saw it the second time, I was able to like, I knew like slower bits. Like I remember I got up and left when it's the scene when Brad Pitt first gets to Spawn Ranch. I was like, okay, it because I really love the ending of that scene when he beats up the hippie, but I'm like, okay, that's a little bit, so I can go to the bathroom right now and come back and not, like, But the first time, I'm like, I don't want to. And look, I've done it, like Avengers Endgame, stuff like that. Never had to get up from my seat. I just made it through the
I
whole
had a
way.
double feature today of Elemental and No Hard Feelings.
I saw that. I saw that you had a
That's why you
double
sent me a
feature.
text. Are we good to 5? Because he was worried I was not gonna come out. I know that. Was it that?
Actually, no, it's because we didn't confirm a time.
Okay. Just asking.
No, it wasn't because of that. I'm not
Because I
a
had just
dick.
put my second story on Instagram, which you can follow me at Abraham 25.
I'm not
You
a
saw that? You
dick.
saw that the transition of follow me? No, but
Wait, but I thought you were against people following you on your private socials.
I don't know. Sometimes I like the attention. No,
Well, I guess fair enough.
no, but I had to pee watching No Hard Feelings,
Yeah.
but because I was drinking soda, but because I hadn't been since I left home and I
Mhm.
watched Elemental first, so it's been like 3 hours
So
by now.
that was my
Oh,
problem when I saw it. I saw Dracula and Frankenstein. They did a double feature of both of them from 30s, and I was just really thirsty, so I got myself just a bottle of water. And
that's
like
worse
during
than soda, bro.
Frankenstein, I because I was thinking, I was like, oh, I'm like, it's a double feature. They're probably gonna do an intermission. They just rolled straight into Frankenstein, and I was like, fuck it, I have to pee. And it
But
annoyed the shit out of me because Frankenstein is my favorite Universal movie. So the fact that I had to miss even just a little bit of it, I was
those
pissed.
ones are like an hour and 20 minutes, no? Well, the first one is the Dracula. I haven't watched Frankenstein like together. Yeah, they're like.
Let me
Which
see.
here, can you put my run
Dracula.
music, Matt? Can you
I'm
play
sorry.
my run? Can you play my run music?
What are you saying?
Well, you always play music when I have a rant. Can you play?
Like music?
Yeah, yeah. Can you play my rant music?
Sure. What's your rant music?
You know which one is it? We've done it this for a while.
Oh, Dracula is an hour and 15 minutes, the original, and then Frankenstein. Give me a second here. Frankenstein, 1931 is an hour and 11 minutes, so Frankenstein is actually shorter.
Yeah, that's what I like. Here's my rant without music, as Matt doesn't know what the fuck.
What's your rant music?
Can you please start making movies that are 90 minutes? Like, I'm tired. Like, I love 2 hour and 2.5 hour movies. I love them sometimes.
Yeah.
But can you please just do an hour and 30 sometimes? Like,
Dude, I'm
pretty
sorry.
sure.
Talking about Frankenstein, like I said, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. The movie is an hour and 11 minutes. That movie feels complete. I
Yes,
don't feel gypped out of because it's under 2 hours. I do not
yes,
feel gypped out of that movie.
I can know how we defeated Hitler in an hour and 10 minutes. I don't need I don't need 3 hours of that shit.
Abe's like, Michael Bay, I know Pearl Harbor gets attacked and I know America wins the war. You don't need to spend 3 hours. Tell me how it happens.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Even though that movie's
No, because
really good.
I do like blockbusters that are like. Do you like some
What?
like the the 007 films? the
James Bond.
the James Bond films. Exactly.
Yeah, I
Those
am a
movies
bit
are
of a
usually
fan of those.
yeah. Those movies usually. I don't know if the Daniel Craig one.
They're pretty long.
Yeah.
Or are
Yes,
they? No, let me
but
see.
but
I'm
you
just
can
let me look up. I just want to see Doctor No.
no,
Doctor
but you can
No.
see. Whoa, the newest ones.
Dude, the original Doctor No, the original James Bond
It's
movie, it's
like
an
90
hour and
minutes.
50 minutes.
Yeah,
Um,
not that long. The
yeah,
second one
From
is
Russia
short
with
too.
Love, it's an hour and 49.
But the newest ones.
Yeah, let me just see. I'm gonna look up. I'm just gonna look up Skyfall, and let's just see. Yeah, Skyfall was 2 hours and 23 minutes.
No, but you can see the money on screen. You know,
Yeah, no.
I
Again,
appreciate that.
we
Like you
talked
can.
about. I think we talked about this once before, but like the two I always go back to is like Braveheart and Gladiator. Like those movies need to be almost 3 hours long to tell their story, but you feel the epic scale of
Yeah.
those movies on screen. You know, like it's not like a comedy, you know, like you feel the grandness of like sitting there for 3 hours, you know? That Ben Hur, the original Ben Hur, I feel that, you know, like that there's a grand epic scale and being 3 hours feels right to tell that story, you know?
You remember me some. Have you watched Showgirls?
Showgirl?
Showgirls.
Is that what's her face
Bo
from Saved by the Bell?
Bobo Homan movie from the 90s, I think.
Yeah. I've never seen it, but I know of it because of Elizabeth Berkley played
Yeah, there's a
Jessie on Saved by the Bell, and then
yes,
she
yes,
left the
yes.
show and did that,
I
and
watched
it
that
like
movie
ruined
the
her
other day.
career.
A lot
What
of
did you
boobs.
think of it?
A lot of boobs. But I have to
Oh,
say, I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping to like it more.
Jesus, is it because there wasn't a lot of
No,
topless
no, no,
scenes?
no, 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 no. It wasn't that.
So here's the thing.
You know what it is? It sounds weird, but it lacks sexiness.
Okay, so here's the thing for me. And I know it sounds weird, but I'm gonna say, did you ever watch Saved by the Bell growing up?
No, I
Okay,
went
so
to college. So.
and I got to be honest with you. I know most people, Kelly Kapowski, but I was Team Jessie, which was Elizabeth Berkley, and I love her character. I love how she was, you know, she was pretty much a good girl, you know, and all these things. So there's always been a part of me that's like, I don't really need to see Elizabeth Berkley playing someone like, you know, what she is in show. I know it sounds weird to say that, but you know what I mean. It's like I got kind of an image of you, and I don't need to have it sullied.
No, you had to destroy.
For a movie that you just said is good.
Well, if she did, she hasn't acted in a film since
Who, Elizabeth Berkley?
2008.
Well, she just did the last big thing I feel like she did was the Save by the Bell reboot on Peacock.
Or she's more of a TV actress right now.
Yeah, Saving the Bell is where she sort of really became known. Like I said, she left the show. She did Showgirls, and that movie didn't perform well, and I think that kind of like torpedoed her
I mean,
career a little bit.
from what I was reading from Letterboxd, because I read reviews.
That movie is a cult film. Like I know that movie is like
No, but people would laugh about it, and it does have some moments that you're like, what the fuck? Like, are we really watching this?
Yeah, I'm looking up your Letterboxd right now, Abe. I'm
I
kidding.
put
No,
3.5.
give a shit. I'm kidding. I do give a shit. I still love that my most recent reviews are of the Boss Baby movies, and it's just Boss Baby 2017 Cinema Peaked. We were given Boss Baby fan this Cinema Peaking Part 2.
I was actually looking at your Letterboxd the other day because I want to see if you watch Venom. And I know you have.
Yeah.
That's why I reminded you. Mad Movie 611.
Matt Movie 611, yep. And then the movie I watched before that was Buck Rogers in the 25th Century.
Did we talk about Flash? What do you think about Flash? I don't think
it was good. I thought
let's-
Michael Keaton and Sasha Calle were really good in it.
Because I didn't took a nap after I came out from the theater and I'm fucking Johnny the whole fucking show. Well, let's close with Flash. What do you think about it?
Okay. I liked it. It's not my favorite in the DCEU. I thought Ben Affleck was I wish he was in it more. It annoyed me how they forgot about his voice modulator when he's Batman. I know it's a little nitpicky thing, but he was really good in it. that whole speech he gives to Barry about how like our pain makes us who we are, you know, like that was great. Michael Keaton, wonderful. Sasha Callie, I thought was really good. I hope they find a way to bring her back. I don't know if we want to talk spoilers, but some of the cameos were really unexpected and really cool.
What do you let's talk spoiler. What do you think about Christopher Reeve
Okay,
appearance?
I'm going to say this. The CGI was not great, but him being there, I loved.
Okay.
Nick Cage, holy shit, that was awesome.
Nick Cage was cool, dude. Like,
You know what the thing is? And I said this to Mike K. I feel so sad that John Schnepp didn't get to see that in that movie. You know what I'm saying? Because, like,
Yeah.
let's be honest here. For as much as Kevin Smith has sort of kept that story, like, John Schnepp's documentary, The Death of Superman Lives What Happens, opened up so much about that movie that I feel like it's really that documentary that got that cameo, you know?
yes,
And
yes,
like
yes.
knowing that John Schnepp wasn't able to watch that in a theater. But and then I gotta be honest, man, fucking Clooney was worth the price of admission.
That was fun.
That was so
That
great.
was fun.
Like that
fun
was
time.
just a who are you? Come on, Barry. It's me, it's Bruce. You can't be Batman.
Dude, he like that's like it's sad what Batman and Robin is,
Yeah.
but him playing Batman would have been cool.
Okay.
Like a nicer.
This is
a
the
nicer
thing.
film.
I think his Bruce Wayne is really great in that movie.
I don't remember much, but I wanna
Okay, and the other thing
Mhm.
is, it's funny. I was talking to one of the bartenders I work with on Monday, and we were talking about how, like, so when I was a kid, we used to go on vacation to Massachusetts, and there was this like discount store. This was early 2000s, so they had like discount VHS tapes, and I loved like Batman and Justice League, you know, Batman the Animated Series and Justice League and all this stuff. And so I saw Batman and Robin. It was like a $2 VHS tape or something. So of course, but you know, parents were like, okay, sure. And I loved that movie. Third grade, once a week, I watched Batman and Robin for like the entire year. I loved that movie. And then you grow up and you start to get into, you know, like movies and the internet and all this stuff, and you realize that like Batman and Robin is this like reviled, hated thing. And to me, it's just like a movie I really liked from my childhood, and a movie that I still think I'm sorry, I will still hold one of my favorite moments in a Batman movie is in Batman and Robin. And it's the scene between Bruce and Alfred when they're talking, and Alfred, you know, is like, you know, Death and Chance stole your family, and you've done everything in your power to, you know, control fate. What is Batman? An effort to control death itself. And Bruce just goes, but I can't, can I? And Alfred is like, none of us can. What I love about that is Alfred already knows he's dying, and Bruce already knows Alfred's dying, and Alfred already knows that Bruce knows. And so it's essentially this conversation of like, Bruce, I'm going to die, and you can't do anything about it. And like Michael Gough and George Clooney play that so well. And I know the movie has really dumb moments. I get it, but like that moment is fantastic. And I still got, yeah, is it nostalgic? But again, I'm sorry, we all have those movies that we just, because like, I wish we as adult film fans could still have that wonderment of just like being a kid and like not fucking having to read reviews on every movie you see and not having to compare your fucking letterbox review to that, like just like me being in third grade, loving Batman and Robin and watching it once a week, you know, because I just love that movie, you know, like I kind of miss that. Like I miss that, you know, like I already know with Dial of Destiny. Like I already know there are friends of mine who hate the idea of that movie and they're gonna go and see it and they're gonna fucking trash it. And if I like the movie or love the movie, you know, it's gonna be you know, like, oh, you know, you like how Indiana Jones is fucking woke and but you know, and that sucks, you know, like I hate that I just can't watch Dial of Destiny and just, you know, have it be like what I said. Like when I saw Batman and Robin as a kid, I just got to see that movie. It wasn't until I was older that I found out that like it's just like, you know, the worst comic book movie ever, and people fucking tear it apart, and you know, it's like I love,
I see.
you know, Batman and Forever, the same thing.
I
You know,
see
it's
what
like
you're saying about being a kid and everything. However, I have to say, I do not agree with it. I understand. We don't have to agree with it. It's more like you're not the same person that you were when you were a kid.
no. When I say
That's
that,
not how
I
it
don't
is.
mean being. I just mean the thing of like when we were kids.
Uh-huh.
Like when I was a kid and I saw, was a new movie that came out when we were kids.
Patient.
What?
Harry Potter.
Yeah, when I saw Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I didn't
That
have to
one's
go and
fucking
watch
good.
Roger Ebert's
That one's
review to
fucking.
see what he
That
thought
one's
of it.
fucking.
You know.
That one's fucking great.
But you know what I'm
I
saying?
have.
I didn't.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
didn't
That is,
have to go and read reviews and see what other people were thinking. All I had to do was just watch the movie and either like it or hate it. It
last
didn't
question.
matter.
Last question. Which I think
Yeah.
is important. What do you think about Ezra?
I
Outside
thought,
of everything, I really like him. I have to
yeah,
say,
they,
like yeah,
they.
I
Yeah,
really like them.
look, Ezra
Literally
did
both.
a lot of shitty things, but I still do respect pronouns for the people who,
Yes, yes,
you
yes,
know,
sorry.
have them. I thought Ezra was really good. I thought, especially given the task of literally pretty much the entire movie having to be two separate characters in the same scene, very impressive. You know,
They felt
did
unique.
a very good job.
They felt unique. Like
Yes, they felt like two separate Barry Allens, and that's impressive. Yeah, yeah. Again, like I said, I liked the references. Like I loved how, you know, Bruce Wayne has his jumpsuit from Batman Returns from when he's working on the Batmobile. Like I like that. Also, the Flash probably has the greatest like explanation of the multiverse I think I've seen in a movie.
I like the spaghetti.
No, and it works so well. It's like, so everyone thinks that, you know, time travel is if you go to the past, you change, you know, future. But no, what you do is you create these moments and it changes this and it changes that. Okay. Then it crosses over. Then if you keep doing it, it just makes a mess. I was like, that's such a like clever explanation of it.
This is the. If correct me if I'm wrong. If you're not Zack Snyder's Justice League, is this the first time we see Batman dying on screen?
Technically, yes.
That was
Because
hard, bro.
okay, because technically in in Dark Knight Returns, which
Mhm.
was made into an anime movie, he technically kind of sort of dies, but
But
not
he doesn't
really.
die though, and here it's like confirmed that he dies in every fucking scenario.
Yeah, that and Supergirl, like that was rough. That like, and Barry one realizing that this is a I forget what the term they used it as, but like this is I forget what Bruce Wayne calls him when he's doing the spaghetti explanation, but like this has to happen. Like they die here, this world gets destroyed no matter what we do. It doesn't happen. Yeah, Michael Keaton played it great, particularly the second death. You know, like
Yeah.
it was great.
So Matthew, I
Yes.
need to take that nap.
All right.
Because I've been falling asleep for the last 2 hours.
I'm
Not
really
because I'm
sorry.
bored.
I'm really
No,
sorry
not
about
because
that.
I'm bored, but because I'm like, oh, I'm Johnny, and it kind of bothers me like to be Johnny when I'm talking with somebody because I feel kind of
Yeah,
disrespectful.
no. I think we had a really good episode. I think we're gonna get torn apart by our tier ranking of Spider-Man movies, but fuck it, whatever.
You know what we're gonna tier rank next week?
I don't know.
Paul Verhoeven movies. So go watch all of them.
What movies?
Paul Verhoeven. So
Paul
Basic Instinct,
Verhoeven. So
Basic Instinct,
RoboCop?
Total Recall. Yeah, we're gonna do that next.
Fuck, I love RoboCop and Total Recall.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Basic Instinct, Showgirls, all
Never seen Basic Instinct
a
actually.
fucking great movie, dude.
It's just because you've never seen the movie. You've only seen
No, I
that
watch.
scene.
I have watched.
You've only seen a frame by frame YouTube video of that scene.
No, give me a break. I have watched.
All right. Thank you
I'm
guys
also
if you
a
watched this.
cinephile.
Yeah. Yeah. So fuck it. If you got this far with us, you already know who we are. So we'll see you next time.
You're kind of crazy motherfucker.
You probably are. You want to get nuts?
Starship Troopers.
Dude, I love Star Trek Troopers. Holy shit.
no
Verhoeven's made a lot of movies I like. I'm just realizing.
I want to watch it. I'm curious about it.
You've never seen it?
No.
That's a good one. I'm just going to end this video in the middle of a conversation. Goodbye, everybody.